Revelio. 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 Revelio.
Heard you're defending Hogsmeade against trolls. You know, there is such a thing as trying too hard.
Reparo. Revelio.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh, dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. Now I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Levioso. Accio.
Incendio.
It's time to prove your dueling mettle and see if we've a new school champion. Meet me at the usual place for the final round of crossed wands. Also, the training dummy is still available.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
Revelio.
Future champion coming through.
Hello, Lucan. I'd like to practice with the training dummy.
Excellent idea. This time will be a bit more of a challenge. Ready?
That'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. I'll set things up. Remember to cast all the spell combinations before the dummy lands again. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Accio. Incendio. Levioso.
Nicely done.
Accio. Incendio.
That's it.
Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Incendio.
Freaking crap. Load everything back up. Here we go.
Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Incendio.
I got it.
Good. Impressive wand work. I'd hate to face you in a duel.
Thanks, Lucan. You've been a great help.
Oh, stop. Don't make me blush. Seriously, well done. Training dummies will think twice before challenging you again. Plus, you'll be even more formidable in crossed wands. Other duelists had better beware.
Hello, Lucan. Is the final round of crossed wands ready?
Big match today. It all comes down to this. The moment that we find out if your training and dedication is enough to win it all. Ready for a shot at glory?
I certainly am.
Brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
I'll go it alone.
Then let's get started.
We can make this a real victory.
That's the spirit. Confringo.
Protego. Stupefy. Levioso.
Levioso. Find the one.
Act like a winner.
Levioso. Accio. Protego.
Come on.
Incendio.
Confringo.
Stupefy. Levioso. Accio.
There goes my way.
Stupefy.
Don't shy away now. Leviosa.
Protego. Stupefy. You're better than that. Levioso. That's all you got. Protego.
Oh man.
They made a crap's breakfast out of you that round.
Yes,
Good
I
to
shared
try
training.
again.
Yes.
Yes, I'm ready now.
Very well. Good luck out there. Confringo.
Levioso. Stupefy. Accio. Incendio. Stupefy. Confringo. Protego. Stupefy. Levioso. Stupefy. Incendio. Stupefy. Accio. Stupefy. Levioso. Incendio. Potato. Stupefy.
Mind the one!
Stupefy. Stupefy. Levioso. Potato. Stupefy. Come on. Incendio. Levioso. Stupefy. Ringo. Stupefy. Incendio. Stupefy. Potato. Stupefy. Ringo. Stupefy. Stupefy. Levioso. Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Take Confringo. Stupefy. Stupefy.
Alright. Go. Whew. Oh, by the hair on my chinny chin chin.
What a victory! You've won the tournament!
I'm just pleased to have done as well as I did.
And we're pleased to have such a gracious champion. Now, to the victor goes the prize! And so it is my great honor to present you with this simple yet elegant token of supreme dueling accomplishment.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
You earned it. You are a duelist to be reckoned with. Now that we've definitively crowned the tournament winner, I suppose I should get back to my schoolwork. Wonder how my herbology plants are doing. I haven't tended them in ages.
You can't be beat, can you?
The best duelist won, I suppose. Shame it's over. I was just getting started.
Lost to a new student? I didn't see that coming.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Wish I brought.
Could you remind me how the Daedalian keys work again?
When you spot or hear a flying key, you're to follow it back to its cabinet. Inserting it in the lock is the tricky part. I hope you follow some. If you open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
Do all of Professor.
Incendio. Revelio. Levioso. Accio. Incendio. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Revelio. Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Revelio. 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 Revelio.
Although Slytherins like to think this window is somehow a tribute to their house founder, it is actually a serpentine beast coiled around a tree that extends from the mouth of the legendary Green Man.
Spare a moment? I could use your help.
You wanted to speak with me?
I did. Hello, I'm Duncan Hobhouse. Pleasure to meet you. I've heard all about you, of course, confronting trolls and dragons.
I suppose it must seem that way. I'm not sure it's justified. It's often been a matter of circumstance.
I'm going to presume your reputation is in fact warranted, in which case, you are precisely the person I need. You see, we were learning to repel boggarts in Professor Hecat's class, and, well, mine unfortunately took the shape of a puffskein.
Well, they seem innocent, but their tongues can be most disturbing.
Exactly. I wish more of our fellow students agreed with you. Regardless of how reasonable I believe my fear of puffskeins to be, I'm beginning to get a reputation as a coward. Some have even taken to calling me Puffskeen Dunkeen.
I'm sorry to hear that. Words can be cruel.
Thank you. Poppy keeps offering to help me in overcoming my fear, but I'm too afraid to take her up on it. Anyway, to make matters worse, I stupidly blurted out that I must be braver than people think, since I have been in the hidden herbology corridor.
The hidden herbology corridor?
Yes. Rumor has it that the herbology professor before Professor Garlic kept dangerous plants there. It's supposedly so overrun now that no one dares enter it anymore. I was hoping you could go there and bring back evidence that I could use to show that, well, I'd gone in. Say a bit of an exceptionally dangerous plant of some kind.
What sort of plants should I expect in the hidden herbology corridor?
I haven't a clue. But have you seen the kinds of plants Professor Garlic grows? If the previous professor was anything like her, I'd imagine they're not exactly harmless.
Very well. If I'm in the area, perhaps I shall take a look.
Grand. I'd very much appreciate it. Come and find me if you get the proof. I shall be forever in your debt.
All right, we are going to do our first faith section of the day. Alrighty. So, like we said, we're talking about my video earlier. We can't think our way to heaven. Faith beyond reason, okay? We live in a world that says if we just know enough, we can fix ourselves. But the truth is, we need Jesus. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him and he will make your path straight." Human logic has limits. No matter how much knowledge we gain, we'll always hit walls without God's wisdom. Trusting in God means surrendering our need to understand everything. Last night we talked about just, how faith is it's not easy. It takes work, but it gets easier over time. Trusting in God is easier than you doing it yourself, though. Our minds are limited, It's like trying to unlock Hogwarts puzzles without clues, bro. Relying only on reason leaves us stuck. Like, we need help, man. We all need help. It's fine. It's okay. It's all right to need help. We can't do this on our own. Our faith is what bridges the gap, though. God's wisdom fills all those gaps our minds can't reach, we can't fathom. God has it. He has every time he's got us, okay? Don't let the limits of your mind keep you from the power of God's truth. Don't let it happen. 1 Corinthians 1:27 says, "But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong." Say that again. But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. But God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. The world tells us intelligence is power, right? But prideful thinking blocks us from God's truth. True wisdom starts with humility, humbling ourselves. I try to start every prayer with, I come to you humbly and full of gratitude. Pride traps us. It limits us. It's like relying on one overpowered spell in combat. Pride makes us think we don't need God's guidance, right? Oh, man. We think we can just win life by ourselves using the same trick day in, day out. We can't. We got to rely on God. God's got a whole array of things up his sleeve for us. Don't let your pride let you miss what God's trying to teach you, man. A lot of times lessons in life will happen and we'll go, I'm better than that, or I've got this. This is, it's not going to last long, or couldn't get any worse. Don't say that. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day out there today. You don't have to figure everything out, people. You just got to trust him. Trust God. It's helped me in my life. I love you guys. We're going to take a short break. And then we are going to jump back into it, okay? See you shortly.
herbology corridor. Sounds intriguing.
Revelio. Revelio. Incendio! Revelio! Revelio!
I mistook a Snargloth pod for a pocket the other day.
Revelio! Revelio!
There is weakness. I never feel safe.
Incendio! Revelio! Revelio!
What are you up to now?
Revelio! 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 Revelio. 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 Revelio.
These dry vines are one spark away from becoming kindling.
Accio. Incendio.
This must be the entrance to the hidden herbology corridor. Revelio. Devil's Snare seems to thrive in darkness. Perhaps it doesn't care for light.
Lumos. Incendio. Revelio. Lumos. Lumos. Lumos.
Seems the devil's snare was protecting a chest of some kind.
Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Lumos.
I imagine a piece of that enormous venomous tentacula would be enough for Duncan to prove his bravery.
Incendio.
Lumos.
Lumos. Incendio.
Lumos.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Revelio.
Have you found anything
Revelio.
to prove my bravery yet?
Hello, Duncan. I have the proof you wanted.
That's one leaf. Must have been a giant venomous tentacula. It's even more than I expected. I knew you were the one to ask. I appreciate you getting it for me.
Of course. I hope this helps you prove yourself.
This is sure to put an end to Puffskein Dunkeen for good when I show everyone in the common room tonight. This'll show Everett how ridiculous that nickname was. Thank you again, and have a good day. I know I will. Thank you for all of your help.
On another adventure, are we?
Before you ask, I'm all out of the new socks, so if your feet are smelly, you'll have to work it out for yourself. If I haven't said it before, it's a pleasure doing business with you. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Accio. Revelio. 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 Revelio.
Please, come in. Let me know if you need help finding anything. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Good morning, Professor Garlic.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug. Quickly! Place your mandrake in the new pot and cut down the soil! The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone! Now for our
Revelio.
next task, we'll be planting Dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief word with our new student.
Accio. Incendio. Revelio.
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
I used to like transfiguration, but now it seems to be getting awfully complicated. My cousin was transfigured into a mouse by an older bully last year. Took hours to get her to come out from under the bed. I managed to conjure a hedgehog once, but it disappeared after a few minutes. Shame. When I'm in Hogsmeade, I always pay a visit to Dogweed and Deathcap. Although Madam Green can be a little fiery sometimes. Did you know that you can use the mandrake to defend yourself? Why, the very idea.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his class.
Revelio.
Most strange.
I should think Professor Garlick would be more careful with her mandrakes.
My family's owl is getting too old. Half of the letters end up in the local pond.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting Dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or rose.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there, but your lead. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian! And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh. Well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Typical Slytherin trick, dropping a dragon skull on someone during a fight. We Gryffindors fight with honor. You know that, of course. Here we are, home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on, grab a few of those cabbages. Just mind your fingers. I almost lost a thumb once. Don't worry, Nurse Blaney put it back on.
Revelio.
Trust me, you do not want to go through that. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest. Look at that! That's coming from anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that'd have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Revelio.
That helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves. I shall end our lesson. Hey, Miss Watson.
Revelio.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Revelio.
To make anything grow, we must first understand it. That goes for plants. Kindness and concern are as necessary in the greenhouse as in the Great Hall.
Revelio. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Revelio. Incendio. Accio. Incendio.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Levioso. Incendio. Incendio. Revelio.
It is good to see you, my friend.
I never thought Ramrock's loyalists would go this far.
Hello, sir. What do you sell here?
Hello, I'm Jalal Semi, and this is my potion shop. I can answer any questions you have about the town.
Any whispers going about the town?
There's a thief on the loose by the name of Katrin Haggerty. She's an ashwinder. She's stealing everything that's not nailed down, and people have had enough. Katrin's hiding in a camp just southwest of town.
Can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Oh, let's see. Well, I am Lower Hogsfield's preeminent potioneer, but I was once a lowly Hogwarts student like you. In fact, I'll give you the Hogwarts discount. It's the standard price. My prices are low enough already, you see.
What do you have for sale?
I sell only potions and their ingredients. If you can't fix it with a potion, then it's best left broken, I say. My ingredients are all local to this area, and my potions are brewed to keep you healthy and safe.
What do you have for sale?
I'll have no trouble selling this. Thank you. Ah, yes. A wonderful choice.
I never thought Ramrock's loyalists would go.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
Hardly. I've just lost my business and almost my life. You'd best look elsewhere for wares. I've nothing to sell now. I never thought it'd come to this. Be on your guard. Ramrock and his loyalists will spare no one.
They attacked you.
Oh, Ramrock has no patience for goblins who won't join him. While I too would like to see goblin kind treated by wizards as equals, bloodshed is not the answer. When I said as much, they turned on me, struck me till I nearly passed out. Took my carts, my belongings, even that which is most precious to me, my paintings.
Has Ranrock's lot ever attacked you like this before?
They've been taunting and threatening me for a while now, but they've always believed that violence is the only way to get what they want. Things have taken a much darker turn of late. Ramrock is getting more powerful, and his loyalists know it. They feel untouchable. Ramrock assumed that all goblins would agree to follow him, but he was wrong. Many of us would like a diplomatic end to the discord with wizard kind.
You mentioned that your paintings were taken. Are you a painter?
I am. It's my calling, though most would think it an unusual path for a goblin. Most of my family work in metal, or associated with Gringotts. I'd wager my finest brush that Ramrock's lot have no appreciation for any of my work, and it'll be tossed aside for kindling. Without my carts and my livelihood, who knows when I'll be able to paint again?
I'm sorry this happened to you. I shall certainly keep an eye out for your carts.
That is very kind of you, but I think they took them to their camp southwest of here, just past some ruins. Too dangerous to try and retrieve them. I did enchant the carts to return to me if I ever lost them, however. Slim though the chances may be, I'm holding out hope that some of what was taken is returned to me. It was nice meeting you. I wish it had been under better circumstances.
After what Ranrock did to that goblin banker at Gringotts, I shouldn't be surprised at what happened to Arn.
Levioso.
Potato! Superfly!
Levioso. Revelio. Revelio.
Hebridean Black Scale. The Hebridean Black is a large dragon that can grow to over 9 meters in length. A large rough scale originally belonging to one of these beasts is one of the prized possessions that Archie Bickle keeps in his hideout.
Revelio. Revelio.
Pass the route on the right track.
Levioso. Revelio.
Incendio.
8 legs is simply too many.
Revelio. Levioso. Potato. Stupid. Accio. Incendio. Stupid. Stupid. Accio. Incendio. Stupid one. Accio. Levioso. Revelio. Revelio.
I've never seen a sword like it.
An encampment. This must be it.
to fight.
Accio. Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Revelio. Protego.
Looks as if there's more than one way to enter.
We should have killed that traitor arm when we took his carts. Bring me a dozen humans to battle. I'll take them all. Run the other way. Who's there?
Levioso. Accio. Incendio. Levioso.
How many of you are there?
Accio.
Oh
Protego. Incendio.
Pity. Not quite. You're no good for me. I won't rest until you're dead.
Accio.
Teach you nothing about dueling. No! I will make you pay. I won't rest.
Accio. Incendio.
I've been fighting since before you were born.
Levioso. Incendio. Accio.
Easily diverted.
Incendio.
Was that your best?
What?
That was meant for me? You should have fled when you had the chance.
As if there's more than one way to enter.
The wizard.
How many of you are there?
Accio. Incendio. Levioso.
I won't rest.
You won't stop me.
Levioso. Incendio.
There go.
Just here.
Where is he? Oh, there they are.
Levioso. Is that the best you can do? No, that's embarrassing, isn't it?
Protego. Levioso.
How you quite finished?
What is going on? I don't understand. Okay. What do you want me to do? Yeah, I got you now. Come here.
Accio. Incendio. Levioso.
Let's get this over with.
Protego. Levioso. Incendio. Accio.
What's that? Up for a bit of dying, are we?
You will regret coming here.
That was quite something. Now, to free Arn's cards.
Incendio. Revelio. Accio.
Quite an enchantment. The carts are returning to Arn.
Revelio. Accio. Levioso. Incendio. Revelio. Revelio. Incendio.
It's like a place right out of a storybook.
If you're here for my wares, I'm afraid...
Ron, I have good news. Your carts are on their way back.
I don't know what to say. Any hope I have of getting my belongings back was quickly fading. Ramrock's lot called me a fool for believing in the good in wizard kind. Thank you for proving them wrong.
I managed to free your carts fairly easily.
Oh, I'm glad you're all right. Oh, I can't wait to have my things back, especially my paints. You know, you've inspired me. I've been dealing with witches and wizards for years, and we've always got along just fine. Perhaps my next piece will be a tribute to all that is good between us.
What a nice idea, Ron. I wish you luck with it.
Oh, I can't wait to get started. Thank you again for all you've done. All the best to you. Once my carts arrive, I'd be happy to show you my wares.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
I've never met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
A bit odd. The two of them pursuing a Hogwarts student so intently. But whatever the reason, you were clearly in danger. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Serona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matibililand. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be serious.
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
Now you...
What are you doing?
Incendio. Levioso.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. Do you really think you can... We can hold them off!
I'm not going anywhere with you. Accio.
Get this student off of my dead body!
Stupid one.
You've made a great mistake.
Stupid one. Accio. Incendio.
You're going to regret it.
Child! What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Knockturn Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis.
I would love to.
I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swirl, and we'll see what happens. My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
Incendio. This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres. Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
Merlin's beard! How beautiful! What a day! I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my
Revelio.
pills and books.
Accio. Revelio.
Might I beseech you for some assistance?
Hello. Can I help you?
Oh, thank goodness. Yes. My name is Grace Pinch Smedley, of the Bath Pinch Smedleys. I was hoping someone would come along soon. I was about to defy my father's wishes and would never have forgiven myself. You see, I need to retrieve something from the bottom of the lake. Might you be the one to help me?
Diving into the lake sounds like an adventure. Tell me more.
Splendid! Precisely the response I'd hoped for.
What do you need help retrieving?
Years ago, my grandfather, who fancied himself quite the astronomer, set sail from Hogsmeade Station for what was meant to be a quick stargazing cruise with my grandmother. They never returned.
I'm so sorry. What happened to them?
We can't be sure. We only know that neither they nor their boat made it back to shore. They were presumed drowned. Father was so distraught that he forbade our family from setting foot on or in the Black Lake ever again. A treasured family astrolabe vanished with them that night. If you could dive down and retrieve it, I may be able to bring my father some peace.
You seem to think I might have heard of the Bath Pinch Smedleys. Why would I know your family?
That's like asking why the sky is blue or grass is green. The Pinch Smedley name is synonymous with intellectual curiosity. We are known for our contributions to science and art. I'm surprised you haven't heard of us, frankly. But with all I plan to discover about the world around us, those that don't yet know the name certainly one day will.
What exactly is an astrolabe?
It's an astonishing ancient navigational tool. Essentially a handheld model of the universe. It's mainly used for studying the stars, astronomical pursuits, but it has nearly 1,000 uses. Fascinating device. Sadly, I'd imagine it's rusted beyond repair now. Still, we'd love to have it returned to us. It would be like getting a bit of my grandparents back.
It sounds dangerous, especially for something of mere sentimental value.
I understand. But I'd be forever grateful. Of course, you may discover much more than the astrolabe. Anything else you found would be all yours. I've cross-referenced the vessel's last alleged location against the lake's topography, depth charts, and tide schedule. My best guess is that it's just over there.
The
about a
tide
furlong from the
schedule?
dock.
Oh, yeah?
It would be wonderful to have my grandfather's
Boy.
astrolabe back.
Words. They're hard.
I do hope you find the astrolabe. It would mean so much to our family.
It sounds as if her astrolabe is just northeast of the dock. I should dive down and see.
Yep, there it is. Getting deeper now.
This must be where the Pinch Smedley family astrolabe is. I should let Grace know that I found her family astrolabe.
Why does it keep doing that? Hello, welcome to the stream.
I trust you didn't find the dive too terribly difficult.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream.
Hello, Grace. I followed your bearings on a dive in the Black Lake.
Oh, how incredible! Did you find the astrolabe?
I did. I hope it makes your father happy.
It will. I can't wait to see his face. Thank you so much for doing this for me, and for my family. You do well to keep an eye out for more spots to dive. A diver of your caliber is certain to find all sorts of things down there. Thank you again. And I do hope you keep diving. You certainly have a knack for finding treasure.
Shouldn't there be Aurors or someone from the Ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade?
Revelio.
No. All right, come on. One more. Here we go.
Brilliant. Revelio.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
I'm brewing potions, bro. This is cool. This is cool.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror. I wish he talked about it more.
Don't fret if you run out of ingredients. I simply grow most of what I need.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, you're the new student. I've heard much about you. Thank you. I'm Amit, by the way. Pleasure, truly. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
I'm glad I was able to get it right the first time.
You must simply have a knack for potion making. Some students seem so confounded by potion recipes, it's as if they're written in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard. Good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Shaw is firm, but quite clever. See you soon, no doubt.
My Wiggenweld potion's utter rubbish. Wish I could just replace it with one from J. Pippin's.
Professor Sharp said that Wiggenweld potion can treat injuries. Hope I never need it.
Revelio.
Proficiency in potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience.
Auras comprise the Ministry's magical law enforcement and protect the wizarding world from all sorts of threats, particularly those posed by dark magic. This aura badge belongs to Professor Sharp.
Revelio.
Fine job brewing your first Wickenweld potion. But there are many potions yet to learn. This is going to be a busy year.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes. We met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Adurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Keep your potion.
Organenberg's has had an increased amount of activity outside of ordinary shop hours, particularly in the wee hours of the night, with suspicious deliveries being made to the shop's back interest. Given what we know to the shop's reputation, we are adding more auras to join those that have already been watching the shop. You are amongst the new additions. Further instructions to follow.
Revelio. Incendio.
Your potion should not be that color, Miss McDowell.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you. This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Adurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to... Ah! Get it! Oh! Dragon Dog! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again? Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
I brewed an Adurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Sir Nicholas, our house ghost, is looking for you. You can find him near the Great Hall.
Headless Nick. Nearly Headless Nick. I get to go see Nearly Headless Nick. Let's go. I love Nearly Headless, bro. What do you mean nearly headless? Ah!
That was an interesting class.
Thanks to you. Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. I appreciate your help. I hope Sharp wasn't too disagreeable when you handed in your potion. Heard him talking about taking responsibility.
Professor Sharp was annoyed, but we sorted it out. No harm.
Cheers to that. He probably had a good chuckle after we left. Sharp may seem gruff, but I'd bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise.
Gotta learn by
fewer
failure,
explosions.
baby. Learning by failure.
Revelio.
Hot fire right there, bro. Let's go. Dude's playing that gas.
Revelio.
Incendio.
Oh, okay, so that is number 4.
Incendio.
And that is number 2. That's 1. Alright. Yep. And that's 3.
Incendio. Revelio.
This is pretty cool. I found this. Yeah. Hogwarts secret. Alright. We're going to get up over here and then we're going to do a save. And then we're going to do our final faith discussion real quick. And then I gotta go pick up the boys from school. Oh, oops.
Revelio.
Hogwarts crest. The Hogwarts coat of arms includes a lion, snake, eagle, and a badger representing each of the 4 houses along with the school motto. Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus, which means never tickle a sleeping dragon. Alright, I think I'm going to save right here. See settings. Save game. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. I am back for the final part of our faith message for the day. Faith requires trust, not just thought. Okay, guys? Hebrews 11:1 says, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen." Faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting God even when you don't see the full picture, okay? When we overanalyze or demand evidence for everything, we risk blocking the miracles God wants to reveal, right? A lot of times in life, things happen we don't understand. God does, and we demand answers. And if he was to give them to us, there's a good chance that that whole plan that he has for you just goes out the window, okay? So you have to trust that God will reveal everything to you in due time, in his timing. Everything is in his perfect timing, okay? Faith is active. Just like learning spells, requires practice in Hogwarts Legacy, faith requires stepping out even when things aren't clear, okay? In order to learn new things in our faith, we have to step out and trust, okay? Faith opens the door for miracles. God often works most powerfully when we stop trying to control everything. God is at his peak in our lives when we give him full control. That's how it works. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to trust him. It's simplistic in its nature, and I love it. I love it. The power of surrendering, man. Matthew 16:24 says, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me." Salvation isn't about outsmarting God. It's about laying down our pride and trusting his plan. Surrender doesn't mean weakness. It's the greatest act of strength. And that's so true. I cannot tell you how many times in my life that I felt stronger at the end of the day just surrendering to God. Surrender brings freedom. The moment we stop trying to control everything, God steps in powerfully, okay? I told you, God's at his peak when we give him everything, when we just give him full control. Here you go. I trust you. He is at his peak. It is beautiful. True growth requires letting go. In life, like relationships or past hurts, the longer you hold on to those things, nothing ever is going to happen in your life. Good analogy for that is the past is an anchor, and the longer you hold on to that anchor, you will be stuck in the past. You can never move forward in life. Faith works the same way. You have to release control in order for things to happen, okay? And no, it's not going to happen instantly. It's not going to happen overnight. Sometimes it will. Sometimes God, if that's in his plan, hey, it'll happen. Surrender isn't giving up. It's giving God the room to work in your life. That's all you're doing, is you're just surrendering the unknown to him. I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. Whatever it is, just give it to him, okay? The greatest mistakes that we can make is thinking we can figure out our way to God. We can't think our way to him. Salvation is about intelligence. It's about faith, surrender, and trusting Jesus. I just want to, reflect on, is there anything that you guys have been trying to think your way to, I invite you guys just to let go and trust God's plan, okay? We're going to pray and close. Father, thank you for showing us that we can't think our way to you. We need faith. Help us surrender our pride, trust you in the unknown, and believe even when things don't make sense. Dear Lord, thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us the option to surrender to you, Lord. And thank you for, when we do surrender, you just take it all from us. It is a beautiful thing, and I'm very thankful for that, Lord. I come to you every day humbly and grateful for everything that you do. And I know that I cannot do anything in this world without you, Lord. I want to pray for all my viewers right now and just lift them up to you, Lord. I hope everyone's having a blessed day and they continue to have one. In Jesus' holy name, amen. I will be back later this evening for some more streaming. I got to go pick up the boys. But key things to remember: don't let the limits of your mind keep you from the power of God's truth. Don't let pride make you miss what God's trying to teach you. And you don't have to figure it all out. You just have to trust him. And last but not least, surrender isn't giving up. It's giving God the room to work in your life. Thank you very much for tuning in today. See you guys later. Have a great day.